Hello everyone, this is 𝕨𝕉. I'm here to talk to you today about how to move from what you call high frequency, high vibration to your natural rhythm of life, your pure natural essence of your being. How to be on that journey instead of a journey that is seeking for being in high, good vibration, positive all the time, and always trying to find this happiness that is somewhere out there, outside you. So I'm going to take you on this journey, and I'm going to walk around here. I'm in Jaffa, Israel, and I'm going to just take you with me. I'm going to walk around. I haven't walked in this part today, and I'm just going to improvise a little bit. You know, also this talk is it's a topic that came into my mind lately because, you know, the situation in the world is really horrible. It's really awful right now, and especially here in Israel with the wars that's going on. And, you know, people are really I see people that can't really find their legs. They can't really find themselves in this. They can really find their center in this, their center of their being. I see people are, you know, coming up with all these different solutions and philosophies about, you know, how to just get by and survive, but nobody's really talking about how to move beyond, you know, just surviving or just existing. And this is a little hint here because this is already something that, if you heard before from the world of, you know, the context of self-improvement, self-help, you know, positive psychology, all these kind of worlds or contexts, you probably you probably have this idea that you somehow you can, you know, like overrun the emotions that come up when you're in this kind of situation. You know, when the world around you is bringing up problems, like this dog barking all of a sudden in the middle of the video, and you know there's some chaos in your life. There's some resistance coming up from you, from different life situations, and you know what you learn from positive psychology or something is just like being positive. Try to find the good in everything. Good, you know, trying to see the world in like these pink glasses, and don't see problems as problems, just as challenges. You know, kind of this, like, you can learn from everything. It's almost like trying to override what is happening really around you, where, you know, it's really difficult. And, you know, I get it. In like survival point of view, if you want to survive better, it's probably helpful. You know, it's probably you need to get your moral up. You know, you need to cheer up. You need to not only focus on, you know, the horrible things that happen all the time because you're gonna go crazy or something. You know, really, it's gonna be hard for you to navigate. But if we're talking about a life, about a path that is beyond just surviving, if you are on that path, then maybe you can use what is happening for you in a different way, without like ignoring it, without overriding it, and without suppressing the emotions that come in when stuff like this happen.
Right now, and someone in the same space is very sad, and we are in the same space with different vibes. How do we connect, or with that?
So, in the new age world that I see around me, there's, I mean, some solutions that are happening for this. That's kind of like the next level after positive psychology and self-improvement. And the solutions are just like breathe it out, shake your body, you know, just like stand and like shake everything, like get the energy out behind your feelings, behind your emotions, because emotions are negative, you know, some emotions are negative and you don't want them. I even heard Tony Robbins talk about it. But anyway, Tony Robbins is more of the self-improvement context, but I'm talking about the New Age context, you know, rebirthing and emotional release, all these kind of like child trauma release, healing, theta, something. And it's really about like releasing the energy behind those negative emotions so you can go on into this like positive, you know, world where, you know, you just like see the positive in everything, and you can go back into being this like smiley little child that is like pleasing everyone, and he's just like, you know, and it's like hippie little pink world. And that's kind of the other options that I see people are having during this time. It's like, you know, release all the emotion, and either that and there's something else. It's just like, you know, just like be in a circle and just vent it out. You know, just like you have emotions, just like vent them out, or be in a sort of a therapy that is about, you know, someone is just treating you to get like sound healing kind of stuff, that someone is just like putting this spell on you, and you get rid of all the stuff that is going around. So what I discovered from doing these things, and I'm not against, it's not like a judgment here, but what I discovered from trying these things for many years, you know, like breath work and Osho meditation, where you just release, that what happened to me is that for a while, for like sometimes like a day or maybe like a week, I was, you know, I was okay with, like, it worked for me. The energy behind the emotion was gone, and I kind of like started to narrow my focus, and I focused on just like, oh, it worked, I'm in this positive world. And I kind of like, you know, talked to some people that were around me in this bubble, and, you know, things worked for me. It was good for like a week or for a day, depends on the thing that I did. But the possibility I want to give you in this video is that if you want to create something that is more sustainable action from just trying to, you know, get over the, you know, what you're going through, and really create something from it, then I want you to consider there is no, that like this whole thing about high vibration is just a judgment. Really, it's just like looking at something and saying there's high and there's low, and low is bad and high is good, and then, you know, I want to get out of the low vibration and go into high vibration. You're kind of like judging your situation. It's like that I'm gonna judge my situation right now. It's like, oh, my situation is really bad, my situation is shit, like I don't have money, you know, it's like I need to get more money, and then when I get there, all my problems are going to be solved. That's kind of what you're saying with being in high frequency or high vibration. You're kind of like measuring vibrations of things. And I'm aware that, yes, everything in the world have a vibration. This piece of wood here has a certain vibration in it, and you resonate with certain things. I'm aware of it, but the thing is that we borrow this thing from I don't know, positive psychology or something, that you don't want to be in low vibration and then you want to escape it, and just that the answer is to be happy all the time. It's how can I be more happy? Because happiness is this thing that happen out there. You know, if I eat in the good restaurant, if I eat the right food, if I'll, you know, be in the right place, find the right job, if I just, you know, I'll just start my own course, my own digital course, then all my problems are gonna be solved, and I'm gonna, you know, and I'm gonna be happy again. And this is the key here, where we're talking about transformation, real transformation. Happiness is not out there. It's not somewhere out there. We actually work with a map. It's called the map of 4 feelings. And then we put all the feelings, all the 4 feelings. This is the first key. So, you know, you didn't heard about this before. And I'm telling you this not because I want you to believe this or something like this. I want you to take this distinction and research it for yourself and see if it works for you. So we're putting all the 4 feelings on this like grid. And happiness is just one of them. It doesn't matter where you place it, but there's also anger, fear, sadness. And then you have anger, fear, sadness, and joy. You can feel each one of them in any given moment.
I see you. Yeah. You're not veiled. You're not covering who you are. You know, you're exposed. So, you're vulnerable.
So this is the sentence. I feel sadness, anger, fear, or joy because.
I feel
Can we do it all together or like or
We're gonna do it also together, but I want you to first to practice. I want you to get the experiments of being on the new map of feelings. When all these feelings, remember, they help you do something. Even if you don't have this specific story and you don't know yet that anger helps you make boundaries, but just experiment with sharing your feelings.
I need to choose one of these.
You start with one. You start with like, I feel angry because. Yeah, you're doing all of them. You're gonna have 3 minutes each one.
Okay.
Person A just shares from the feelings. Person B just holds space. You saw I hold space for him? Just hold space. Okay, so right now maybe I feel angry. You know, I feel angry that the sun, I feel like 5-10% angry that the sun is too strong. I know Israel in the winter, right? The winter. And I feel a bit sad. I feel sad that I don't have a boat like this. I really feel a bit sad about that because I want to sail, you know. I'm kind of this pirate without a boat. And I feel scared that the voices of the people in the video are going to be too loud. And I feel joy about making this video because I feel like for a long time lately people are telling me that they watched my video and it opened certain doors for them, and I haven't done them for a while, so I'm happy that I'm doing these videos. So you see, I just had 4 feelings, and none of them were negative or positive. None of them were like high vibration or low vibration. There were all the feelings that I'm feeling right now. So that's the first key. And that leads to the second key, which is, okay, so if I have the 4 feelings all the time and none of them is bad, so if something happened in the world and I feel sad, what's the problem with it? Is it means that I'm in that's something wrong with the spirit of my life? I mean, were you ever in a time in your life that you didn't feel sadness, anger, fear during that time? But wait, don't answer. If you suppress that, if you had those feelings and you suppress them and you just kept yourself numb, like for example me in Costa Rica, I was just, my irresponsible side is smiling. Remember in this time, I was just so numb to my feelings. I was just smoking weed all the time and going to parties and just like being really like, my feelings were so numb. Like, you know, like someone, when you go to the dentist and he puts this like shot in your mouth and then the mouth is numb, so you don't feel anything. You don't feel the pain, but you don't feel anything. You don't even feel taste. Like if you want to taste something, you're not going to feel it. And that's exactly the case with being numb to your feelings. So have you ever had a time in your life when you were not numb, to your feelings, but you felt only your joy without the fear, the anger, and the sadness. Now, you might not, I mean, you might heard anything you heard about anger. It's I'm a suggestion here, but maybe everything you heard about anger, fear, and sadness, that they come as an unconscious emotion. For example, someone pissed me off, I get like reactive to them. So I get in my mind all day, or this roommate was so annoying, I can't believe he did this to me. Something like that. That might be your association with anger. It's only reactive and it's only as an emotion. And then if the same with fear and sadness, it's like sadness is only equal depression. Like something I cannot get out of, I'm reactive, and I have this emotion for a long time. And fear as well. You know, you might like felt fear as just like this uncontrollable fear, which is like anxiety, like fear from feeling fear, you freaked out, and that's your association of fear as an emotion. So what I believe is that you felt it, you felt sadness, fear, and anger, but you just didn't know that those come in a conscious way. That's the feeling behind it. For example, if I see someone like throwing plastic in the water, like look at this plastic water bottle, and I'm angry about this, you know, I'm angry that someone threw this plastic bottle over there. Oh, look at all these fish. So that would be conscious anger. I'm actually, the feeling behind it is angry. Or if you're gonna tell me like, hey, go lift up these heavy bags over there, I'll be like, I feel a bit scared because of my back. You know, that's a conscious feeling of fear. You know, and you might not call it fear because all you used to know about fear is like freaking out. It's like fear is about freaking out. So, oh, this is where you buy the fish in Jaffa. So what I'm guessing that every time in your life you had this feeling consciously. When you felt happy, you were feeling angry, you were feeling sadness, you were feeling fear at the same time. And in that moment you were not trying to chase your feelings. Like happiness was not, wait, I'll finish this.
ليش؟ بس كده توديه. والله حرام مش ماشيين.
So in that moment you were actually feeling all these feelings. You're feeling fear, anger, sadness, and joy. And joy was not this thing that it was out there somewhere. It was right here present with you because you're happy that you're, you know, walking around in this like cool place and you're on adventure. For example, I don't know what is joy for you. So at that point, whatever happened in your life, you know, you felt those feelings and you were connected to them, and you didn't need to be somewhere else. You didn't need to raise your vibration. You didn't need to, you know, be only positive about things, like painting everything in like a pink, you know, brush. You could just be on your journey and really be connected. So this is the offer that I'm really coming here with today. And there's another layer to it, where some of the feelings you might feel, they might be an emotion. So they might come as stuck emotions from the past. For example, you know, now in like the war here, so a lot of women got kidnapped, you know, and my sister was there in the south, and she was in like hiding in the basement with her kids for like 8 hours until they evacuated them from there. So, you know, the emotions that came up to me were so huge, and I could not deal with them. They were too big to me. There was like fear and anger and sadness, and they were too big for me to deal with. So what do you do when something like that happens to you? It's like you have emotions, you have an anger at your roommate, and the anger doesn't go away for more than 3 minutes. This is what you do, is you're doing an emotional healing process. Because behind these emotions, when it got stuck at the first time, so it's not the first time that you feel this emotion, when it got stuck in the first time, there was some information. And this information is really important for your life. It's like the key. It's basically the key for your next step. So it's like a treasure, you know. This information is like, it's like a treasure for your next step. It's like all the resource that you're looking for right now, and you're taking advice from people and from psychologists, and you know, it's there. It's really in this emotional healing process with your next emotion. So for example, if you were in school and the teacher told you to read your homework in front of all the class, and you started to feel fear, and the fear was too big, so you could not feel the fear. You know, your teacher, of course, didn't know how to hold space for you to feel these big feelings. And the fear got stuck there. Got stuck somewhere in your emotional body. And then, you know, now you go into your work and your boss tells you to make a presentation, and the fear that got stuck there back in the day is coming up to the surface. So that's how emotions work. So what I'm saying is that even if in your life you're in a really hard time right now, what do you actually have? You have your emotions that are basically treasures. So there's doors. Those emotions are doors for finding treasures that got stuck back in the day. Maybe, you know, you made a decision like, I would never speak out loud in front of people because I'm always wrong. Like maybe those old decisions you made when your teacher told you that. And there's feelings that are there to navigate you. For example, oh, I didn't know it, but I'm actually angry at people that throw plastic in the ocean, and that's actually what I need to do in life because I care. You know, I care about the ocean. Okay, great. So, you know, you find your purpose right now because you're feeling an emotion, and you did all of that without going to therapy or without, you know, trying to, you know, like to find a way to be more positive or to increase your vibration. You didn't ask anyone around you to, oh great, I can take off the glasses. You didn't ask for anyone around you to stop feeling their feelings. You know, I had a guy in my last workshop that said that, and it landed with me so much. Like it was so accurate that he said that, like, I don't want people around me to be sad when I'm happy. It's like when he's happy, he has a story that feelings are bad and they don't serve the other people, so he don't want people to be sad. Like their sadness is like, there's no use for being sad. It's just like a negative feelings. And that's what happens when you're thinking in this term of like, hey, high vibration, good vibes only, you know. It's like the feelings are starting to be negative, and you're trying to change your whole life. You're trying to change the world around you instead of using the shit that is hitting the fence to create transformation, like compost, you know? Like you're recycling plastic that comes to the ocean and you create a bench out of it. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like maybe you're having a story right now that things are you know, they're not in the right place, or things are like, it's horrible, you know, like I said in the beginning, like what's ever happening in the world is horrible right now. And I mean, it is horrible. I'm not trying to put it in a pink thing, but you can use that. You know, you can use that for your transformation, to do emotional healing process about it, to meet with a team, to use that energy to create something. You know, you can do so much stuff in this in those times. And even saying that, I'm not trying to tell you like produce something. You know, someone dies in your life, or you know, something really bad happening to you, so use that to produce something. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you know, wherever you are in your journey, it's okay that you're there, because that's where you are, and that's where, you know, that's where you can navigate from. You didn't come here to the world. I mean, I think you didn't. Maybe I'm speaking for myself. I didn't come here to the world to just walk on a pink cloud all the time and not having problems, you know, because, you know, that's what makes life, you know. And if I'm not judging it as like, I want to feel only joy, but everything else that I'm feeling is bad, then I'm okay, you know. I'm okay with having things that I feel angry about, or having things that I feel fear from that will happen, you know, in the future. You know, especially this thing about fear is people telling you all the time, like, be a hero, like overcome the fear, you know. Don't let the fear win over you. It's like, the fear doesn't win over me. I'm glad that I have fear that's giving me information and telling me what I don't want in the future, what I need to fight against, or what I need to take a stand for. The fear is giving me all this information. And so sadness, you know, the sadness helps me to connect with people. So I started this whole game world called Connect, and I have a team also. I didn't start it alone, and it's about connecting to people and seeing what happens when you put in the center of your life this thing about connection. You know, instead of in the center of your life having like money, or having success in the modern culture, or having just be positive, let's be all positive, or you know, or just like having no clarity about what is your life about. It's like a lot of people are walking in the world without this clarity. So this game world called Connect is an invitation to explore what happens if we all connect with each other. It's like, what transformation does it create? What empowerment it creates in our life? How it can encourage us, you know, to go deeper, but also to go more wide, you know, to connect more people, to change the world. And, you know, I think we need it. So that's what I'm taking a stand about lately, and I invite you to join that. You know, we have a group, and it's amazing. We're all connecting with each other, and we're asking for what we need. And there's a study group going on, and there's trainings where you can learn, for example, what I talked about, feelings, especially about anger. We have a club that is called a Rage Club, where you can join and do this training for 4 weeks that is about connecting to your anger and exploring how your anger is the key to feeling the rest of your feelings, and to find clarity about what you want to take a stand about. And we have the space holder training, which is about, you know, holding space for other people, and you know, really spreading like conscious spaces around the world in this way, because you can go anywhere around the world that you want and hold conscious spaces. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can do it for you. That's a 𝕨𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 sentence, actually, from Possibility Management. And you can also check more about this here. So I will add the links for Connect, for the groups that you can join. It's a free open group for everyone, and for the trainings. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you kind of moved from, you know, trying to find this high frequency, high vibrancy to aspire to all the time, and instead find a more sustainable you know, approach where wherever you are, that's your journey and that's what you're feeling, and you know, that's your next step. See you soon.